This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I am here with the Denver Chorale. Since 2008, they have been sharing the love of music by singing to the city of Denver. I'm here with Valerie, who is the founder, artistic director. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's begin a little bit with yourself. 2008, you found yourself part of a project that was a group, and soon to realize that possibly Denver needed something the same way. Share with me how this got started.
Well, the Denver Chorale is my dream. It's my dream come true. So 5 years ago, I founded this group. I have taught public school music for many, many years and love to develop singers. So I wanted to do this with adults as well. I develop their potential, I give them chances to sing solos and realize what they can be. So 6 years ago, I sat down with a friend, Dick Eichenberger, who had started choirs before, and he gave me, I was furiously writing down the notes, 501c3 and all these things I had never heard about, and so we've been going strong, and we've just grown and grown. But you know, I so appreciate being here because I know that you look for best-kept secrets, and we are here. We're so proud of that, and this is such a nice opportunity.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. Let's begin with the viewers out there. Share with them, what is the definition of a choral group? What is choral? What does that mean?
Choral means a group of people who sing together as a group. My group is SATB, soprano, alto, tenor, bass. So that's called a mixed group of men and women.
Wonderful. Since the beginning, when you first put the word out that you were putting this group together, you were probably pretty amazed at the talent that stepped forward. I mean, quite honest, it's like the saying, build it and they will come. Is that really what kind of happened?
You know, I say that same quote. I wanted to build it so they would come. And not only did they come as musicians, but they came as board members and people who are good with marketing and numbers and financial business and so forth. And I'm so lucky to have them.
One thing that they all share in common, obviously, is sharing the love of music. But then again, they all come from different walks of life. Is that what really makes it kind of interesting?
I think that is wonderful. We're very diverse, and I'm proud of that. Our singers range, let's see, we have ages 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. People come to me saying, oh, I'm rusty. I haven't sung for maybe 10 years, maybe since high school, maybe 20 years. Sometimes someone in their 20s will come in and say, I haven't sung in 3 years, and I'll just laugh at them. Because
obviously your mission was to serve the community, and is the public now expecting great performances out of this group, and is that really what you strived and hoped for all along?
Yes, we do give wonderful performances at Central Presbyterian Church, at the Mercury Cafe, here at Accelerated Schools as well, and in other venues as well.
Each venue probably brings unique challenges, as well as it's very unique not only for the audience but the performers as well. Like you say, be it churches or cafes or even to the Rockies out there. That's a huge auditorium. Are those fun events?
Those are wonderfully exciting. We have very positive people here also. When we heard that we were singing for the Rockies, we were just going crazy, really. We had a wonderful time.
The performances right now, we caught up with you. You're basically almost exactly 2 months out from a performance coming up. Share with us what performance you guys are working on here.
Our performance in November will be our cabaret. It's a variety show. We will have singers and dancers and comedy and instruments and all kinds of things. Really, everyone in our group is a ham bone of sorts, and most of them go out to come out to figure out different solos and duets and things that they can do.
I mean, when somebody thinks of choral or chorus, they think of singing. But like you said, this quite honestly is a variety show that you're putting together. We're talking about poetry, singing, dancing. Truly a night for anybody who enjoys the arts.
This group is kind of different because everyone is a soloist, and I'd like to develop each person as a musician, actor, or poet, or whatever they might be, whatever talents might lie there. So unlike a choir where we always sing together and maybe one or two people always get the solos, this is one where really everyone has a chance. And that's important to me.
One of the things I know for myself is with the holidays, many people relate with music. Is the holidays a busy time of year, or do you try to put something together every year for that?
Yes, we always have something for December. Our concerts in December are on December 6th and 7th, and we're doing some Vivaldi and some Sleigh Ride and just a whole combination of classic and popular melodies.
Obviously, viewers out there, we love live performances of any type. Another place that we're entertained is that of the movies. It's kind of exciting when the movies and the music can collide together. Share with me what they're going to be working on in 2015.
I suppose I can spill some of the beans. We're doing things like a piece from Sister Act, Pink Panther, and, well, those are all the beans I'll spill right now because I'm still looking also.
So we're talking about some of the classics that we all love. We're going to experience that as well. Basically, we said the definition of a choral is basically a group of people that are singing together, but quite honestly, this probably has to become kind of a family by the end of a certain season. Is that what makes it enjoyable for you as well?
We are family here. When something happens to somebody, we take care of them. And a lot of people go to choir as something, when they've had a long day at work, they need their music, they need to be here. And that's the kind of culture that I set up here, and we're real proud of that.
That is fantastic. Somebody out there who basically would like to audition for your group, does that take place year-round, or is there a certain time of year, and how do they go about doing that?
Auditions are ongoing, so they can go on our website and ask for an audition, and I'll be calling them very soon.
Excellent. Viewers, speaking of the website, take a look at the bottom of the screen. What you're going to see is the website right there. First of all, you're going to find out a little bit more about this nonprofit that began in 2008 as really a vision and a dream come true. You're also going to see the events calendar, and so you can make sure you know when the next event is. You can actually click and buy your tickets right there as well. You might want to check them out on Facebook also because they'll keep you apprised of what's coming out and possibly letting you know what is down the road. This really was one person's dream that now is really a successful 30-plus member nonprofit organization. Does it somewhat humble you to a point that it amazes you that what goes on?
It does. When we're performing or even out afterwards celebrating, I keep pinching myself and saying, "This is my group. This is my thing." It really is amazing. I made this, and I'm so happy about it. It's one of the best things I've done.
That is fantastic. Obviously, you aim to serve the community, and the community basically wants to give back to you. How important is it for people to donate and basically reach out, and how do they go about doing that?
There are many ways to donate. We have a place on our website for that. Also, some of our concerts are fundraisers where we have silent auctions and other things. So we just want people to get out there, look on our website and see what we're doing, and come join us.
Come join us once again. That is the Denver Chorale. Since 2008, they have been providing really a love of music, not only from the performance standpoint, but those in the audience as well. And you can check out their website. Once again, take a look at the events that they have out there. And once again, if you'd like to donate and be a part of this, you can do so. Obviously, even the place where you're doing the practicing tonight, that is something that's given to you. Does it make a big impact on the folks that they have a place to come to?
That's so important to us. Accelerated Schools is the name of this big, beautiful school in a historic mansion. They give us a practice space free of charge, and as reciprocity, I have started a music program for the school. This is a school that serves students ages in grades kindergarten through 12th grade, and they take care of each student's individual needs. They're located in a historic mansion, and when I first saw this mansion, I said, I'm in love. What do I need to do to get my chorale here? They've been very, very good to us. So I started a music program for them, and also we will be giving benefit concerts for them, for their building fund, to help maintain this marvelous mansion.
Wonderful. So obviously, folks out there, if you would like to donate, no gift is too small. Everything helps out, be it if you want to sponsor a concert or maybe just want to put an ad in one of their programs, that is available for you to do. Once again, that is the Denver Chorale since 2008, sharing the love of music by singing to the city of Denver. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.
Why is Las Brisas, southern Colorado's favorite hotspot? It may be the mouth-watering coastal cuisine prepared fresh every day, or possibly the family-like friendly service and atmosphere, or a bar surrounded by friends, or even a romantic fireside dinner. How about a tableside freshly prepared guacamole treat? Gotta be the fun of live entertainment, right? Well, it all plays a part, but the locals know it's all about the margaritas. Yep, the best margaritas in Denver brings them back every time.
The Pampering Place Day and Wellness Spa is everything except your typical spa. Personalised service is our first priority. We get to know our clients, paying attention to even the tiniest details. We ensure your time is exclusive in our tranquil, safe and cozy environment, off the beaten path. Whether receiving an awesome massage, a relaxing facial, long-lasting mani or pedicure, we hope that each person leaves having received more than they expected.
This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and today we're in Aurora, Colorado. I'm here with Rise Beyond Dreams International Foundation. Since 2012, they have been helping people who've received life-threatening diagnosis, experienced life-altering accidents, to recovery and beyond. I'm here with Dennis Kolb, who is the basically CEO, the founder of this organization. Let's begin a little bit with you. Dennis, share with me, go back when you decided to put this together. Why is it you decided to do it, and what got you involved?
You know, it was based on my own experience. Right before my graduation, my high school graduation, I was diagnosed with cancer, leukemia, and that pretty much changed my world. It was kind of very abrupt. I was very healthy, and you know, sometimes life just hits you, and this was one of those times. So I went into the hospital and found out my diagnosis. You know, I had really become okay with it. I accepted it because all of my life I had heard that everything happens for a reason. So if everything happens for a reason, then all is as it should be. Everything that has happened has brought us to now, and that I'm okay with that, that I accept that reality. And you know, at that point I was actually pretty pessimistic about my own survival. But what had happened was, when I was diagnosed, I went into the hospital room and I was surrounded by family and friends who were there to see me off, essentially. And seeing the pain and anguish in their eyes really inspired me to try to move forward in my own journey.
That is amazing. So people in the room there, you were basically drawing from them. I mean, quite honestly, like you said, you made it through high school there. As a young adult, you realize, like most of us, there's going to be challenges in life. There's going to be roadblocks. But many times we experience challenges that we had no idea were going to set us back. And quite honestly, it affects everyone. Not only age, gender, race, anyone across the board. What are some of the walks of life that your foundation is able to help with? What kind of folks?
Really anybody that is affected by a life-threatening diagnosis and or a debilitating accident.
So anybody across the board, you're able to help there. I mean, I would imagine when a diagnosis like this comes down, it really throws your life out of balance. How important is a rebalancing, not only of body, but of spirit, of mind? How important is that? And is that some of the techniques that you're able to provide?
Yes, essential actually, because I went through training with Les Brown. He essentially got me to the point where I am now, that I realized back when I was diagnosed that I asked the doctors essentially what kind of tools could I use to survive this, and they said, well, an optimistic mind is really all you have, so essentially think that you will survive. And from that point on, I actually realized a few things, that I had an oxygen sensor on my finger, and I realized that the deeper I breathe, the better the oxygen rate in my body. And then I had a blood pressure cuff, and I realized that if I could calm myself, then the blood pressure would actually go down. So our mind is very essential to controlling our body, and I believe that that is one reason that I made it through.
That is amazing. I mean, quite honestly, when a diagnosis appears like that, many times for folks, it's out of the blue. I mean, they didn't expect it. They didn't see it coming. What are some of the diseases that you've been able to help with folks out there, not only that of cancer?
Pretty much anybody that has been affected in the way that I was, to where, when your life is cut off, essentially, and you don't know what to do. You kind of feel alienated from the rest of society because you're either handicapped or you're different. And I believe that through that difference, we can find empowerment, because going through those different experiences, we actually learn a lot about life.
Learn a lot about life. One of the things that I'm sure you experience and folks do as well, no longer are you making simple decisions. We're not thinking about where you're going to school, what car you're going to buy next. But quite honestly, life-altering decisions are around every corner at those critical times. Is this the kind of support team that you hope to provide for people to help them navigate through that map?
Yes. I believe it's necessary, not only for patients to be able to rely on each other for support and their own experiences, and say, hey, I made it through, so can you. But also the families, because after my chemotherapy had finished, my mother was actually diagnosed with her own life-threatening diagnosis. Man. So it just goes on in a perpetual situation. And another thing that happened while I was diagnosed was one of my good friends almost attempted suicide. Because I was affected the way that I was, he lost the motivation in his own life. And so it affects the patient, but it affects the family and the friends, and this is what we're addressing.
That is interesting. I mean, just a simple social gathering between family or friends used to be easy to do. I imagine in that situation, like you say, there's alienation, there's basically all eyes on me. It has to be pretty overwhelming. I mean, you're appreciative of the fact that you got people who are sympathetic, empathetic, but then again, it's overwhelming. Do you help people overcome those challenges?
Yeah, from every angle. We essentially we give them hope for the future, because we have a section called WellTech, and WellTech actually provides the knowledge of different technologies that are based in, they're brand new, essentially. So, that gives you hope, because with the brand new technologies, you're able to achieve more, and you're able to mend damages that you couldn't before. And so having hope in the future gives us power in the present.
Power in the present. Obviously, they're all working towards the future. They're going down a different road they didn't plan on before. I imagine along the way there are many milestones. How important is it that they celebrate each step of those milestones?
That's a good thing to bring up, because we have, not only local events that we're going to do, but we're going to do national events as well. And really just to inspire people to give the appreciation that they deserve, for the accomplishments that they made.
Wonderful. We're talking integrity is something that is very important, I imagine, throughout your time doing that. What about the folks that are helping you out, your members, people that help out, these rising stars, your alumni? Are these folks that have gone through something themselves as well?
Yeah, yeah. All of us have gone through either a life-threatening diagnosis or we've encountered a debilitating accident.
That's amazing. So you've walked that walk. You know what it feels like. Because I imagine many times these folks are in shock for a good first part of it, and then they start slowly feeling alienated. A gamut of emotions that you probably experience. Is that right?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, actually. And I've actually got a book coming out next month that goes over 30 to 35 different authors, different experiences about how they handled different traumatic events in their life. So it's really a community that we're trying to build here of people that have been through these traumatic areas and can help others when facing the same thing.
Facing the same thing, getting back into society. I imagine just something as simple as employment. You're now in a new situation, possibly can't do something you could before. How do you help them overcome that, even overcome employer reluctance to basically reach out to some of these folks?
Well, first of all, our program, not only inspires their passions, because through passion it gives you the motivation to live and to thrive. And so through that passion, essentially we give them different options in which they can aspire for greatness, and different channels in which they can look for job opportunities at a better rate.
Excellent. That's part of your mastery workshop as well, something they can go through there. Speaking of the workshops, viewer, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is the website. First of all, on the website, you're going to learn a little bit more about this foundation. This basically began as a personal experience for somebody who sat in a hospital room and realized those folks that were around him, quite honestly, in many ways, didn't know how to help, and he, in the same way, had to find ways to help himself. He reached out, he basically found mentors, and now he's providing an organization that will do the same thing for folks that experience these life-altering events. We've spoke, obviously, about diagnosis of disease, but this also works for accidents as well. What are some of the accidents you've been able to help folks get through?
Well, myself, as an example, I was actually overdosed with chemotherapy during the process of dealing with the cancer, and I've gained a peripheral neuropathy in my legs, which has essentially, the doctors told me I would never walk again. But through the hope and aspirations and motivation, I've been able to get myself to a cane, and in that way, we want to empower a lot more people.
It's all about empowering people. Obviously, you began this to help folks that have gone something that you went through. How does the community reach out and help? How are they able to give donations? And how important is it to you to make sure those donations are being used in the best way possible?
Well, first of all, I have my experience that I was telling you about earlier with Les Brown in the book. It's called Mission Unstoppable, which they can purchase now. And that talks about different people's experiences. The other way that they can go is the website. We have a shopping cart as well on there and a place for donations. And we're going to have a dynamic blog situation on the website where people are allowed to tell their own story to raise the funds that they need for their own medical bills.
Interesting. You're definitely an inspiration to folks out there as well as myself. I had to come down and interview you. Let me ask you, you began by saying you felt that everything happens for a reason. Does it kind of overwhelm you, the fact that you have now built relationships, bonds with folks that you probably never would have met before?
Yeah, actually it's very inspiring because I'm kind of living, my own dream of, rising beyond my own dreams, because when I actually came up with that title, I was in the hospital on essentially what they said my deathbed. And, I realized that I had to rise beyond my own dreams of success and aspirations and become something more.
Fantastic. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen. Last time you're going to see the website there. This is an organization that was built by an individual, a young man who basically was just coming out of high school and found himself going down a path, a road that he probably didn't expect. And I imagine there are folks out there that need support as well. Like we said, it doesn't just affect the individual, but truly your entire circle, your family, your friends, everyone involved. Make sure and click right there. You can donate right there on the website. Also, check them out on Facebook. They keep you apprised of any events they have going out there. This is a local organization, but his dreams and aspirations are definitely nationwide, helping folks out there to recovery and beyond. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.